हम अभी तक फ्लोरिडा में हैं, डिज्नी वर्ल्ड में। आज हम चलते हैं एनिमल किंगडम और सफारी का वो ट्रिप लगाते हैं और आपके साथ शेयर करेंगे। तो वीडियो के आखिर तक रहिएगा क्योंकि इसमें बहुत से जो है एनिमल्स हैं, जिसमें हिप्पोस और एलिफेंट्स, जिराफ वगैरह शामिल हैं। तो इसको एंड तक देखिए, एंजॉय करें और अगर वीडियो पसंद आए तो उसको आप शेयर करें, लाइक करें और सब्सक्राइब भी करें। थैंक यू।
At all times, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the truck. And parents, please supervise your children wherever they are seated at now. That is also where they have to stay. Our first stop is the Little Ituri Forest. Animals in the forest rely on their camouflage to evade predators, so we'll have to keep an extra sharp eye out here as we are kind of going along. Take a look way over there on the right, way across the way. There is an okapi munching around over there. Now it looks like they've got their zebra party pants on, but these guys are not related to the zebra at all. They are the closest living relative to the giraffe. They're very elusive, very shy, rarely seen out there. In fact, at one point they were thought to be mythical creatures like the unicorn. That is until they were discovered by Western explorers in 1901, and then they realized, wait, those are real animals. Headed a bit deeper into this forest now, there's a pair of saddle-billed storks up on the right-hand side. Saddle-billed storks can get up to 5 feet tall, and they have a 9-foot wingspan. There's also a black rhino on the left-hand side, way in the back, facing away from us there. That is the back end of a black rhino back there. Kind of hard to see. Black rhinos are the smallest of the rhino species in Africa. They can weigh up to about 3,000 pounds. Rhinos are still heavily poached for their horns. A lot of cultures believed that those horns possessed medicinal qualities, but that's never actually been proven. They are just made out of keratin. That's the same thing as our hair and our nails, the exact same substance. Over on this left-hand side, I do see some bongos, the copper-colored antelopes up here. These are a couple of females. They are a lighter copper color. Males will get darker in color over time, but both male and female bongos have some of those horns on their head. A great form of defense. There's also some greater kudu on the left, way back in between the bushes back there, the tan-colored antelopes. They are female greater kudu as they do not have any horns on their head. Males have horns that can reach up to 6 feet in length. But we are making our way out of the forest now. Let's go down toward the river, see if we can find some animals hanging out down that way. This is the Safi River here, friends. We'll start off with some of these pink-backed pelicans on the right. These big white and gray feathered birds out here. They have a wingspan anywhere from 7 to 9 feet, and their backs are, in fact, pink in color, but it is the skin on their backs that is pink, not so much their feathers. On the left, there are some more Nile hippopotamus. Hippos are among the largest animals in Africa, weighing up to 5,500 pounds. Make sure we're keeping those little ones fully seated on their bottoms. Whatever seat they're in, that is where they have to sit. Hippos are herbivores, which means they eat plants. They eat anywhere from 80 to 90 pounds of food per day. And they spend most of their day in the water, like we've seen out here, to stay nice and cool. Hippos can hold their breath for several minutes at a time, so they could be below the surface for quite a while. Still on this left-hand side, I see some Nile crocodile. Once again, make sure we're keeping those little ones fully seated all the way down on their bottoms for me, friends. Thank you. Are the largest of the crocodilians in Africa. They can get up to 16 feet in length, and they usually weigh somewhere around 500 pounds. Now, they normally only feed about once a week. They can consume up to half their body weight in a single feeding. However, Nile crocodile can also go months without eating any food at all. But of course, they only do that when they absolutely have to, and they have no other choice. We are now making our way over toward the savannah. There are lots and lots of animals that call the savannah home, so make sure we have those cameras out and ready to go, as of course I won't be able to stop for every single animal that we might find out here. But let's slowly head down and see who we can maybe start off with. Look at those wildebeest on the right-hand side. Wildebeest does mean wild beast. They are the second most densely populated mammal on Earth, second only to humans. They can gather into huge groups of up to 1.5 million, part of a big migration that they do once a year. It's known as the Great Migration. You might have actually heard of it before. Other animals will join them for portions of that migration, but the wildebeest are the ones that travel the most far. They can travel over 1,000 miles on that migration, all in the search for fresh water. Ooh, I do see some painted dogs on the left, but they're in a tricky spot. If you look on the left, there's a rock den. Just behind or to the right of that den in the hay, there is a pack of painted dogs down there. They're just really hard to see right now. Now, these are the most successful predators in all of Africa. They are more successful than hyena and lions in their hunts, so they're very, very impressive. But they are hiding out a little bit right now. Still on the left-hand side, there are some zebras and some sable antelopes. The dark brown colored antelopes with those horns back there are sables. Male and female sables do have those horns. They can reach 4 feet in length, a great form of defense. Some more Hartmann's mountain zebra here. A group of zebras is called a dazzle. So this is a dazzle of Hartmann's mountain zebra. A couple of babies here.
Babies.
You can see they are munching on the grass. They are grazers. They graze on the grass all day long, filling up those bellies of theirs. Lots of grazing animals on the savannah. That's why a lot of the grass is super, super short out here, just because of the amount of grazers that are eating all day long. The wildebeest graze as well. And we'll probably see these wildebeest again, but I'm headed all the way over toward the other side of the savannah here. We're looking for some giraffes. I do see one. It's up on the hill on that left-hand side. It's just not the best spot
behind the
because
bush.
of these trees right here.
Oh, there's one right there.
I see one up that way. And then there's one just behind these bushes here as well. Now, these are Maasai giraffes on the reserve here. Giraffes can get anywhere from 16 to 20 feet tall. And they have 18-inch long prehensile tongues. Prehensile means finger or hand. So they use their tongues to wrap around the branches, and then they strip all of the leaves off for them to eat. Giraffes do spend most of their day eating. They only sleep for around 30 minutes per day. It's only for a couple of minutes here and there. Very short cat naps that they like to take. Giraffes also do sleep standing up, which that one would actually be pretty cool. I do have to admit, that one I'm just a little bit jealous of. Not that 30 minutes part, however. I have no idea how they survive on 30 minutes of sleep every day. I do see an eland across the savannah. It's a big tan colored antelope way back that way behind that really tall tree. That is an eland. I'll try and see if we can see them again. Elands can weigh up to 2,200 pounds, so they are buck. We might be able to see those antelopes one more time as we head around here. But we're going to look for some lions. We're coming up on a Kopi rock formation here. Lions love to use kopies like these to survey the land, see what is going on all around them. So let's keep an eye out for a lion just in case. There's that water buck again on the right. So cute. That is a female. Males will have some horns on their head.
Oh, there it is.
But there are some lions up there.
Right
If you look at the front of this main kopi, they're all just laying down
on top. Look
there.
at the top of the round.
3 of them. 2 females, no fluffy mane, and 1 male. Got a small fluffy mane poking up a little bit up there.
Right there, they're sleeping.
There we go. They are taking some naps, which is pretty on brand. The lions sleep anywhere from 16 to 20 hours a day. It's not out of laziness, it's to conserve their energy, as lions do their hunting primarily at night. That is the females in the pride that do the hunting. The males will stay back to watch after the cubs. That is their responsibility within the pride. Everybody kind of has a role to play. They all have to play their part, try and get a little bit closer to them if we can, just so you can really see that larger size. But I do see some downed trees over this way. Pretty good sign that we are headed into elephant territory. Elephants will knock trees right out of their pathway to get at those delicious leaves. So let's keep those eyes peeled. Once again, back there, explorers, we might be able to spot an elephant or two somewhere up ahead. On the right-hand side, there is an African elephant. Looks to be a younger male African elephant. Not fully grown, but bigger than a female. They can weigh up to 13,000 pounds. Females only weigh somewhere between 8 to 10,000 pounds. There's also a mandrill monkey walking around on this left-hand side, right by the trees in the middle here. Mandrills are the largest monkeys in Africa. Dominant males like this one here can weigh up to 100 pounds. Now, females only weigh up to about 35 pounds, so they are significantly smaller compared to the males. I am going to try and find some more elephants up ahead here for you. It does look like my shortcut is closed here, though, so we are going to have to go the long way. Hope you don't mind too much, friends, but going the long way means we've got to go across this rickety old bridge here. I'll see you on the other side. We made it, friends. I knew we would. Let's try and see if we can find some more elephants up ahead, shall we? And we are coming up into some red clay pits. I can see some elephant footprints. Oh, and take a look over on the right. Those are some elephant tusk marks. Pretty good signs. Now, elephants will dig their tusks into the clay to loosen it up so they can eat it. There are a ton of minerals inside of red clay that are really, really good for the overall health of the elephant. So it is a snack that they like to have. It's kind of like a multivitamin or sort of like a supplement that we might take. Elephants pretty much do the exact same thing, but with red clay and for elephants. Of course, I did see a few more over here, so that is where I'm headed on over toward now. Looks to be some females, just a bit smaller. Again, on this left-hand side here. There is one really close to the road up ahead, right by the water, so we're going to try and get a few views. Oh, there's a baby. Take a look. She's up on a rock back there, right behind that baobab tree, that big tree. She just turned 1 year old. She looks like a rock right now. But it is a baby out there. Again, we're going to head over there, so hopefully she'll stay put. Yes, she just did turn 1 year old. Mama elephants are pregnant for almost 2 years at a time. 22 months, and then they give birth to a 300-pound baby.
Right there.
We'll be able to see her much closer up here on this left-hand side.
Look, right there.
Fly around up there. And take a look. Her mama's there getting a drink of water, using that trunk to spray water directly into her mouth. There are more muscles inside of an elephant's trunk than the entire human body has inside of it. Around 100,000 muscles in those things. Very strong. There's also some pink animals on the left-hand side, some greater flamingos. They are the largest of all flamingo species, standing at about 4 feet tall. Now, these are also the lightest pink of all flamingo species. They get this pink color from their diet, eating brine, shrimp, and algae. That contains something called beta-carotene. And that beta-carotene is specifically what will give them their signature pink color. But it does take a little while. It's gradually over the first 2 years of their lives. Well, we're making our way to the eastern side of the savannah here. I do see some white rhinos. A group of rhinos is called a crash. So this is a crash of white rhinos. On your left-hand side here, I'm going to try and get a little bit closer. These are much larger than the black rhinos we briefly saw earlier. They can weigh up to 6,000 pounds. Let me head around to get a better view here. Let's take a look at these beautiful animals laying down over here. You'll see their ears are rotating all over the place independently from one another. It's kind of like built-in surround sound for them. White rhinos don't really have the best eyesight, so they have to rely on their hearing to judge about how far away our trucks are from them. They can hear our engines rumbling from quite a ways away. I do see a cheetah. It's very hard to see. If you look on the left, way in the back, hiding under
right
some
there,
really thick green leaves back there. There is a cheetah. It is very hard to see, so don't feel bad if you can't see it back there. But cheetah are the fastest land animals on Earth. They can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3 seconds. There's also a water buck on the right-hand side there, the brown shaggy antelope. Water bucks get their name because of the copious amounts of water that they like to consume. So because of that, they are never found too far away from a source of water, so they got the name.